Today's show is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVCBuyResale.com is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club membership. You can view their current Disney Vacation Club resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC points charts all at DVCBuyResale.com. Or call Chantel directly at 1-800-844-4099. This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, December 21st, 2007, and this is episode 347 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hodgeberg of StudioCentral.com. On the show today, we have Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com and All Ears Net. Welcome, Mike.
Pardon moi, Monsieur Iago, but I am afraid that your friend is right.
Wow.
Oh, the Tiki Room.
That's correct.
It was a terrible accent, but once I figured out exactly what he said...
That was the wow? You know, the wow was...
Wow.
It's the best German I could do.
That was German? I thought it was French.
Also here
Polish,
is
Swedish,
Mike Newell of Mouse Roll Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I better get my ears cleaned out.
And, I should introduce you as my Diz friend.
Yes, I signed up for Diz Friends tonight, as a matter of fact. Our good friend Trent, who was at the next booth over from us at Mouse Fest, has a really cool, neat site out there, DizFriends.com. And we're part of it now.
Also here is Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, one.
How's it going, Matt?
Outstanding. And joining us once again, believe it or not, we're on land, not at sea anymore. It's Fred Block of Magic Meats. Welcome, Fred.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good, although I'm sure you could go for a BBC right now.
I certainly could go for a BBC.
Or a Appletini. Was that what you had on the last night of the cruise?
The Grey Goose Appletini.
Oh, yeah, that he said that was nice, the Appletini.
Yeah, the Grey Goose Appletini.
Well,
what's a BBC?
Bacardi, Bailey's, and
banana.
And some, yeah, it's a banana mix.
Cream.
That's cruise stock, Lane.
Yeah, and then we're talking actually about the land portion of Mouse. I just want to do a wrap up, kind of looking back on. And I want before we get into it, Mike and I have a quick apology to make. There was a big snafu in terms of the execution of a great opportunity to raise a lot of money, which we did. We raised a lot of money. In fact, we raised, for those who aren't aware, Mike and I raised over $500 for charity for both Lou's Dream Team Foundation as well as Deb's breast cancer research. And we raised the money, and the money was people donated money at MouseFest for me to go ride the dinosaur attraction. And we'll post a link in the show notes of the on-ride photo, which is quite funny, actually. But there was an issue, and we rode with a bunch of people, but evidently it was the wrong time, and we upset a lot of people that showed up at a different time, and there was a big, confusion with it because this was all thrown together at very last minute. But we want to apologize to everyone who was confused by everything. Certainly, we were among those people that were confused with it in terms of what time we're supposed to be there. So, on behalf of everyone, I just wanted to quickly apologize to those of you who were not able to be there when we wrote it and were disappointed with how it ended up. But I mean, the important thing is that we got the money, and hopefully, this will be an opportunity for us to really learn from this and not make this kind of mistake again.
Yeah, I want to throw in my 2 cents too, Matt. I want to apologize to everyone, especially Deb. She missed out on being there to see you deal with Dinosaur, and I want to apologize too. It was one of those, we were flying by the seat of our pants, and we just got caught up, and we did not do the ride at the time that we did. So I want to express my apologies to everyone who wanted to see you ride and wanted to see you sweat. And I also want to mention that in one of my upcoming blogs, I will have a photo of you presenting the donations to both Deb Wills and Lou Mangello.
Well, with that out of the way, we just want to get that cleared out. And let's talk about the rest of Mouse Fest, because it was a really fun event. Really, again, I don't know how it happens, but year after year, it gets better and better. The Mouse Fest 101 meet was the first one that had happened this year, and Mr. Scopa was the person who you co-hosted that with Mark Goldhaber, and I thought that went really well. How many people did you have over there, Mike?
We started off with about 275, 280, and when we were finished, we had gone over 320, and included in those numbers were some folks that were Disney employees.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was really big. It was really fantastic, and it was a great. I mean, it was just fun because we started out at 101, and then we had the chairman's kickoff meet, and then we went all right into the Dole Whip meet. So for really, in essence, we had 3 hours where we were just all kind of, mingling together, and it was great to see a lot of faces in one place at the very beginning, so we could all, get acclimated to it, and you could start really making, meets and everything, like saying, hey, why don't we go to the Dole Whip meet, or hey, let's go to Steve Barrett's Hidden Mickey meet, at 4, and do that kind of stuff. I thought that was a great addition to it, Mike, this year.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I want to regarding the Dole Whip meet, I want to thank Fred for making sure that I got a Dole Whip this year, because last year I didn't get a Dole Whip. I don't think I had a Dole Whip at all during MouseFest last year. This year I made up for it.
Yeah, I think that was one of the highlights of my trip there. I thought it was really because I promised it to you a year before, so I said I'm going to make sure I take care of you the next time.
I just didn't want you rolling and laughing on the ground if I said, "Oh my God, I forgot to have another one."
Now, Mr. Newell, I'm sure like you, like myself, you were very tired going into Thursday.
Oh my God.
But it was a lot of fun going to the different meets. We all attended Very Merry Christmas party. What did you all think of the party, of the events that were going on? Was it different for you guys this year? Anything interesting happen?
Yeah, I don't think it was as crowded as I anticipated.
I agree.
Yeah, it wasn't definitely wasn't bad. Maybe that's because it was on Thursday rather than when did we go last year? Was it the Friday one? Last year, Thursday. This one wasn't bad at all. We got Space Mountain was like a 10-minute walk on. Haunted Mansion literally was walk on. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I broke down on Haunted Mansion. I got evacuated on there, so that was pretty cool.
You don't want to become the 1,000th ghost?
No,
where did that happen, Matt?
Right in the
Mansion?
graveyard scene.
Yeah, where in the Haunted Mansion? I think that was pretty clear.
In Liberty Square.
Oh gosh.
In the graveyard scene. Although I was pissed because I was like literally 2 cars away from being broken down with lying backwards, so you could because that's everyone's dream, isn't it? To break down when you're laying on your back, and then exactly, and you can relax, and it's dark, and that would be the perfect opportunity to sleep, because we were literally broke down there for probably about 20 minutes or so, and it was just if you could get in that position and break down, I mean that's quality nap time right there.
Did they walk you out, really?
Yeah, we had to walk backwards back to the front of the attraction, so we went through everything.
Did you grab one of the singing bus on the way out?
Singing bus, that's right. Yeah.
Wait, so hold on. You actually walked back through the attraction?
Yeah, they evacuated us off it.
It's like through the different scenes. There's no secret tunnel or anything like that?
No, they just brought. That's what I thought, but no.
And you didn't take anything?
That's what I'm wondering.
I tried to grab Leota, but she just kept on talking and talking.
And back. Oh my God, yeah, exactly.
I mean, Len, you know how that is with women who just yap.
No, actually, I don't. But
all right, we're on the air. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Jesus. Come on. You gotta learn my voice. You didn't take anything at all. You didn't try and grab anything, or?
No, petty larceny really isn't my thing.
No, but how about making money on eBay? Is that your thing? Wow.
What was really interesting is not only was I amazed by how many people we got on Thursday, but then on Friday, Fred, how many people did we get at the Kilimanjaro meet in the morning over there?
I think the number was around 258.
That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty outstanding. I think we're I at that point I kind of realized, between that and MouseFest 101, I kind of realized how much MouseFest has grown in 1 year's time. And it was just blowing me away.
Fred, why don't you tell our listeners about we had the 200 plus people over there, and then tell us because I wasn't privy to what exactly happened. So why don't you tell myself and also our listeners on how, because we were all waiting outside the attraction, what happened beyond that, because they let us really blow by the entire line.
Yeah, well, pretty much what ended up happening is we were actually blocking the flow of foot traffic. The little nook where we've been hiding every year. It wasn't enough, it seemed, to hold all the people. And next thing you know, we've got, people who work for Disney cast members, standing around going, what are all these people doing here? And before I knew it, when we were ready to ride, they actually brought us in on the Fast Pass return line.
Yeah, they let us all go. So 250 people plus one in the Fast Pass return line. I was telling Glenn later, I was like, there are so many people in line who are looking at us, looking down at their unofficial guide and go, this is garbage. This thing doesn't work. Look at this.
Stupid. It's the hell do these people know about anything? Look at that.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think they really did it, and it was smart if you think about it, just to get us out of the way.
Yeah.
So it kind of.
You couldn't have gone standby. You would have. You probably would have increased the standby line by 15 minutes.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Not to mention the Fast Pass line.
But it was definitely cool. I like the way it happened. It was a great meet.
Was that at right at the beginning of the day?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Len was still sleeping.
A little bit later, we a couple of us went on the dinosaur ride. Scopa was there, and Fred was there. You'll see them in the on ride photo that I linked to in the show notes. Looking back on it, it was fun now, but not at the time. Not for me. I did not enjoy it during until we were done. But it was an experience. It was, as much as I hated riding it, it was fun to ride it as that group. We had everyone kind of, over there, and we filled up a couple cars. It was as fun as it was going to be for me. What did you guys think? Because you obviously could actually enjoy it, unlike myself.
I would have to say it was outstanding. It was a whole lot of fun. It was for a great cause. I applaud you. I think it's a great thing that you did, and it was just something new, and you ended up getting something great accomplished from it, and that's why I think everybody. I think I had such a good time doing it with you.
Thank you. The other thing we should mention is that the weather actually cooperated this year, and it was not 20 degrees like the year before. I know that for Newell and I, we had an Illuminations party on Friday night, and Scope, you went on Sunday night, right?
Right.
Len, what was the highlight for you for MouseFest?
Probably the Mega Mouse Meet, getting to see all of our fans, all the people that stopped by previously, and then some new folks came by. So that was good. Yeah, I took the opportunity too, as people walked by and they said that they didn't listen to the show. I took the opportunity to hold their hand and walk them through a typical episode and not let go of their hand until I was done talking. So I think we're either going to get a bunch of new fans or a bunch of new restraining orders, one or the other. But I'm looking forward to either. Yeah. So.
The Mega Mouse Meet was a blast. A lot of people. It was huge. I mean, the building was the room we had was much larger than we've had in all the years that we've had. It really it's fantastic.
It's to fit Mangella's ego.
That's right. I thought there was an area roped off for just for his ego to come into.
Did you guys see the picture of him sitting on my shoulders?
Well, I was there, but is that picture anywhere?
Yeah, actually, I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I did see it. It is pretty funny.
I'll try to post a link to that if we can find the photo. That was really funny. Fred, why don't you tell our listeners exactly what happened? Because that was a really funny occurrence. Just
before they let the crowds all come in, we were doing group photos, and I came running in afterwards, and I got down in the front, and next thing you know, I'm feeling somebody actually literally pounce on top of me. I'm like, what's going on? And I turn around, and Lou actually climbed right up on my shoulders. So he was sitting on my shoulders for the picture, and I don't know. I saw it. It was really funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was. Scopa thought it was Vince McMahon's illegitimate child, but actually it was it was Lou. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that I know that Newell and Scopa, you guys stayed for Monday, which is a departure from previous years, as you usually left on Sunday usually, but you were there for all day Sunday and part of Monday. How is that different this year for you guys? Did you?
I always stayed till Monday.
Oh well, you said Scopa stayed until like Thursday, but how were the activities this year for Sunday and Monday were much more than they had been in years past.
Well, Sunday, Matt, you were at the Kona breakfast. Right?
That's right. Yep, I was able to sneak that in.
And then
Before I
after
left.
that was Lou's Disney scene investigation in the Magic Kingdom, and he had over 100 people for that.
That's really indicative of what's happening. And Fred mentioned it before. You know, a lot of these meets had huge showings for people. I mean, I know that obviously we talked about some of the other meets, but Steve Barrett's Hidden Mickey meet had he had over 100 people that showed up for his. I mean, we had for my Star Tours meet, we filled 2.5 Star Speeders.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just like
I had
the
100
memo was out.
Muppet meets.
What's that?
I had 102 for Muppet meets.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the first year too.
Yep, first year.
That's amazing.
I wasn't. I mean, I got like 20 RSVP, so I really wasn't expecting it.
You're going to tell your wife, like, maybe we'll have to ditch it in case, only like 4 people show up, and we'll just say, nah, forget it. It was just a joke. There is no meet here.
No,
But,
it was actually wild, really wild.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. I thought a lot of people really, I thought, enjoyed MouseFest in general. I thought the community did a great job showing up for these kinds of things. We saw, it's just amazing how each year you can see different people. New people. You see people from last year as well, but you keep on meeting all these new people, and it's just, like you said it before, Scopa, and it's MouseFest is a meeting of friends.
That's correct. I think that we saw more first-time Mousefesters this year than any other Mousefest, with the exception of Mousefest 2003, which was the first Mousefest.
What other observations did you make, Mike, about MouseFest this year?
Well, I think that, like I just said, there were a lot of newbies there, first timers. I thought that it was interesting to see how they caught on right off and really got involved in a lot of the meets. I also noticed a lot of fatigue on those of us who organized the meets. When we got into Saturday and Sunday, there was a lot of fatigue showing, and I think it's because it just takes a lot out of you to not just organize the meets, but to run the meets, to greet everyone, and it's really it's really like Fred said, it's getting to the point where we have so many people attending meets that we need to look at how we conduct the meets and to make sure that we don't get anybody, specifically Disney, upset with the numbers that we have at these attraction meets.
It's funny because not only are there a lot of meets to go to, but the quality of the meets have really risen, I thought, this year in terms of, what you really get. It's not just, stupid meets like writing Star Tours, but, it's these really interesting meets. Like there was the one I thought that was fantastic, and I really encourage anyone, if they have it again next year, to try, is the Meet the Beasts meet, where that was hosted by Eric and Dan of Mousecast Weekly, where we were able to meet Belle and the Prince, Beast in his non-beast form, which you can't do at all. And that was an amazing meet. If I can, since I slammed myself at the Star Tours meet, I'll bring myself back up with the Fantasmic meet, which I thought went really well. I thought I impressed myself in terms of how well that went in terms of the dessert that was offered and everything. So, I mean, did you also observe that, Mike, that there was that kind of the bar was raised this year, I thought, in terms of the quality?
I think you're right, Matt. I think that the organization of all the meets was much better. I thought that each meet was organized in a very tight manner. It was very organized. I think everybody had a good time with every meet. I think that everybody who came to the meet looking for something got what they wanted out of it. If it was information, if it was to meet someone, if it was to have fun, I think that was the case. And of course, the dessert meets were just outstanding. I mean, I went to 2 of them, and I'm looking forward to those next year.
I know, right?
Mike, I got to say, one of the things that you mentioned before is that how many new people came to MouseFest this year, and I got to say it's so funny how you guys brought the idea of bringing MouseFest 101 to the table this year, and obviously this was just the right time. And it was really. I remember when I walked up and I looked at how many people were there, and I'm going, oh my gosh, it was really awesome.
I know it was. I actually expected 200. I didn't expect 300, so I was overwhelmed too.
It was just a real highlight. it went by so fast. I could not believe we got off the cruise, on Thursday, and then it was like Sunday, like that. I mean, you were just.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I mean, it just flew by. I was like, wow, it's the Mega Mouse Meet already. Just. Newell, what was the highlight for you for the MouseFest Land portion?
There was so many. I think, like you said, the dessert parties that we attended. I was able to do 3 while we were there.
Not bad.
2 illuminations and 1 Phantasmic, and I even think that the quality of the desserts have gotten better over the years. At the Phantasmic party, had the best carrot cake that I've ever had.
Really? I didn't get a chance to try the carrot
Oh,
cake.
you missed out.
I had
this year we didn't have to worry about running out of hot chocolate either.
Yeah, it wasn't as cold.
That's true.
But I thought it went really well. I was very happy to be part of all that.
Yeah, just a lot of fun, and really, if you didn't have a chance to go to MouseFest this year, I really recommend it. I mean, it's just, besides being able to meet everybody, it's just a lot of fun. And if you want a great steak preview, if you want a flavor of it, really, what I like, MouseFest is fun, but and I'm not saying this because Fred's on the show, although it does work out pretty well. I would say that Magic Meets, which is coming up in July, I like it better because there's more one-on-one interaction. You don't have to worry about running from meet to meet to meet. You're all in, one central area, and it makes it a lot easier. So if you're thinking about MouseFest, you might want to consider going to an event like Magic Meets, where it's a little less chaotic in terms of going from, one park to one park or something like that. But it allows you really to make that kind of personal connection with people, and that's really what MouseFest is all about. And the same thing with Magic Meets.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Matt. And I have to agree. It's like Mike says, and we've always said, it's about being with friends. And overall, MouseFest, Magic Meets, or whatever, that's what it's about.
Well, I say it every time. After Magic, as soon as MouseFest is over, it's like, okay, is it Magic Meets yet? And when Magic Meets is over, is it MouseFest yet? So when can we start signing up for Magic Meets, Fred?
Well, we're hoping to get something. I'm hoping to get the registration system open in early January. And then as long as we go on schedule, we'll probably have payments going, I'd say, middle to end of February.
Great. Well, that's it for us today. If you have your own stories from MouseFest, please feel free to share them in our show notes today. Just go to wdwtoday.com and post them over there. I know that a lot of our listeners have some funny stories to tell that we either didn't have time to talk about, or maybe we just forgot about it. And there was a lot of it, as we've met a lot of our listeners over there. So please share them on there. And if you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Lantesta, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell, and Fred Block, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio. Today's show is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVCBuyResale.com is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club membership. You can view their current Disney Vacation Club resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC points charts all at DVCBuyResale.com. Or call Chantel directly at 1-800-844-4099.